This is Clarence Hill and Serene Williams coming to you after this thrilling comeback victory. Cowboys 27-26 over the New York Giants. They always dominate the Giants, but this time they did it in miraculous comeback fashion.
Had no business winning this game. 3 turnovers, no takeaways today. Tried to get some early, but it didn't happen. Everything that could go wrong for this team went wrong. They lost Des Bryant. Of course, he's going to have surgery out 4 to 6 weeks with a fractured foot. They lose Randy Gregory with the probable high ankle sprain. Just everything went wrong, and yet they still managed to pull this game out because the Giants were a little bit dumber than they were with the play calling at the end of the game, and then Eli not taking the sack and throwing the ball away, stopping the clock. There would have been 57 seconds left, and the Giants did the inexplicable and the Cowboys did the miraculous and went down and came back for the victory.
Well, in the end, things were as they were supposed to be. The Cowboys are the better team. They really were the better team for much of the night. They moved the ball up and down the field, but the rust from training camp, not having all their starters on the field, not having Des Bryant on the field in training camp, and then tonight it showed their inability to finish drives in the end zone. They shot themselves in the foot, certainly with the turnovers. But they also had, at the end of the game, the ultimate comeback quarterback, the #1 comeback quarterback in franchise history, and Tony Romo. It was his 24th comeback victory in overtime or the fourth quarter.
The spirit that we played with, the relentlessness that we played with, the mental toughness that we demonstrated, those are all very positive things.
You got to be comfortable with those situations at the end of the game and go out and execute. And if you feel good about it and you got good players and you can go out and do it, and then you just go do it.
He completed 11 of 12 passes on those final 2 drives to bring the Cowboys back from a 10-point deficit, basically with 5 minutes to go, and lead them to the victory. Fittingly, he threw the last 2 touchdown passes into the game winner to his best friend, his buddy, Jason Witten, the 2 longest tenured members of the Cowboys. They got it done.
How quickly do your eyes find Witten on that play?
Pretty quickly. I think Jason, obviously is a special player, and he's obviously close to me, and it's a great feeling to be able to see him score that winning touchdown. He's the best.
Tony's the best at it, and so you just stay alive. You got to be in a good condition team. Line did a good job protecting. He's well executed.
Jason, why do you think he is the best in those situations?
I think he's just got a good feel. He knows where he wants to go with the ball. And when he needs to, he can buy time and adjust and improvise and create plays. So he's a smart player. He's got great instincts, and he's got a great feel to be able to get the ball out.
What's the first thing you said to him after the touchdown?
I don't even remember. We were full of emotion. I think there's a couple I love yous in there, But we've been through a lot, and it's just the first game of the year. We got a long way to go. We know that, but that was pretty special for us.
I was real impressed with this defense. With the turnovers they had, to be able to stop them. Giants are sitting on the 1-yard line there at the end. If they score a touchdown there, this thing is over. They don't. The defense holds them. There were a lot of plays like that where this defense really played well. They only had 1 sack tonight, and I know that was a big goal going into this season, was to get more sacks. They only had 28 last season. But they did a lot of things really, really well, despite the lack of takeaways, despite the lack of sacks. This defense played really well tonight, and they showed they are better than they were last year.
No doubt, and that's what Garrett talked about. He talked about the resiliency of this team, and certainly there were times they could have got down, especially on that last drive that the Giants really didn't handle the time management really well. Mincy got an awful penalty. They put them in certainly positive situations that could have led to a touchdown.
We live by the I am my brother's keeper rule out here. They had our back on defense, and they definitely had my back when I made a huge mistake that could have cost us, but it worked in our favor, so I'm just glad it's all over.
One last thing, Garrett always talks about being your best regardless of circumstance. Is this the epitome of that philosophy?
Oh yeah, when the game got crunch time, guys started focusing, and all of a sudden ball drop was called. Edges that was set, they were set. Tackles was in their place, but we can't put a fire on us to get going early. So we just got to get our rhythm early, which is good. We survived. We survived the hard game, and we can live on to the next one and keep this thing rolling.
I just felt like being at home in the division to start, they really needed to win this game. And then you look at what's coming up on their schedule. To me, I know it's early to say a must-win, but they really, really needed to get out of here with a win, and to their credit, they did that.
Yeah, must win or not, it was an important win. It was a key win. It was a miraculous win, and it was a pretty win for a Cowboys team that starts the season 1-0, a season they hope will end with a Super Bowl trip for the first time in 20 years.